Hi guys, good day, it's me, Teacher MJ. Our topic for today class is all about the domain and range of a relation and function. So without further ado, let's do this topic. Now there are 5 ways to determine the domain and range of a relation and function. The first one, we have set of ordered pairs. The second one, we have mapping diagram. The third one, we have table of values. The fourth one, we have the equation. The fifth one, we have the graph. Now in today's video class, we'll be focusing on set of ordered pairs, the mapping diagram, and then the table of values. Now for the equation class and then graph, I'll just make another video for this one class, and I will just put the link on the description down below. Feel free to see the video class. Once again class, for the equation class and then graph, this will be quite complicated class, but once again, do not be worried with this one class because we will be explaining this one class step by step. Feel free to see the video class. Alright, so let's start with a set of ordered pairs. Now before we determine the domain and range, let's define first with regards to the domain and range. Now, once again, a relation is a set of ordered pairs. Therefore, class, this given example number 1, number 2, number 3, and then number 4, we can call this one relation because these are given set of ordered pairs. So, once again, class, we can call this one relation. Now, the domain is the set of all inputs, that would be X, and the range is the set of all outputs, that would be Y. That corresponds to those inputs. Now, to make the story short, class, domain, that would be the X values, range, that would be the Y values. Now, a function is a special type of relation where each input X value is associated with exactly one output, that would be Y value. Alright, so let's start with our example class number 1. Let's determine the domain and then range. Once again, class, to make the story short, domain, that would be the X values, and then range, that would be the Y values. Alright, so let's start with example number 1. Alright, so number 1, the domain, alright, and then the range. Once again, class, the domain, that would be the X value. So this one right here, the first one, example class 1 and then 2. Once again, we call this one ordered pair. Now, ordered pair, it's always X and then Y. Once again, class, we call this one ordered pair. Now, ordered pair, it's always X and then Y. So the first number is X, this one right here is X, and the second number is Y. So therefore, the domain, that would be the X value. So this one right here, the domain. So this is X, the first one, X, and then X. And then the second number, we have 2, 4, and 5. Those will be the range. Alright, so the domain, we have this one right here. We have 1, we have 3, and then 5. Alright, and then for the range, so we have this one right here, 2, 4, and then 5. So 2. So the range, that would be 2, 4, and then 5. That's it, class. That's the answer, class, with regards to example number 1. Now, question, class, is this a function or not a function? That's correct. This will be a function. Once again, class, this will be a function because one input corresponds to exactly one output. Or the quick and easy way, class, if the X value is repeating and then corresponds to different outputs, it will not be a function. So as you can see, class, our X value is not repeating. So we have 1, 3, and then 5. X value is not repeating. So therefore, class, this will be a function. So number 1, it will be a function. And then the domain, there will be 1, 3, and then 5. The range, there will be 2, 4, and then 5. That's it, class. That's the answer, class, with regards to example number 1. Alright, so let's have example number 2. Alright, so domain and then range. Very easy, right, for this one? Alright, so the domain, we have this one right here. 3, 3, 4, and then 4. Alright, so we do have repeating numbers. So we have 3, 3, 4, and then 4. Once again, class, if the number is repeating, simply write down 1. You're not allowed, class, to repeat the numbers, especially, class, for the set. Once again, class, inside this right here, inside this brace, we call this one elements. Once again, class, inside this braces, we call this one elements. Now, elements, class, are unique. You are not allowed, class, for repetition. Once again, class, you are not allowed for repetition. Now, if we have 2, 3, simply write down 1, 3. That would be really the same, class. That would be really fine, class. Once again, class, if you have 2 3s, simply write down 1, 3. That's just the same, class. For the elements, class, you are not allowed for repetition. Once again, class, inside this braces, this one right here, the set, 2, 4, 5, we call this one elements. Now, elements are unique. You are not allowed for repetition. Now, since we have 2 3s, simply write down 1, 3. So that would be 3. Alright, and then X, we have 2, 4. Simply write down 1, 4. 3 and then 4. Alright, and then for the range, we have how many 4s? We have 2 4s. Alright, so this one right here. So simply write down 1 4. Alright, and then we have 2 5s. So simply write down 1 5. Now question, is this a function or not a function? That's correct. This will not be a function because one input corresponds to two different outputs. Example, class, this one right here, 3, and then 4, 3, and then 5. So therefore, one input corresponds to two different outputs. Therefore, class, this will not be a function, not a function. Alright, so not a function for number 2, and the domain range. So the domain, there will be 3 and 4. Range, there will be 4 and then 5. Alright, so let's proceed now to example number 3. Very easy, right? So example number 3. So once again, this will be y values. Alright, so let's proceed now to example number 3. Alright, so let's have example number 3. So the domain. So number 3, domain and then range. Alright, so domain, there will be the x value. So this one right here. Alright, so you start with the smallest number. The smallest number is negative 3. Alright, so we have negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, and then positive 5. Alright, and then for the range, so we have the y values, this one right here. Alright, so you start with the smallest number. The smallest number is negative 3. Alright, so we have negative 3. Alright, negative 2, negative 1, and then 6. Now question, class, is this a function or not a function? That's correct. This will be a function because the x value is not repeating, right? Alright, so as you can see, we have negative 1, 5, negative 2, negative 3. One input corresponds to exactly one output. So negative 1 and then 1, 5 and then 6, negative 2 and then 2, negative 3 and then negative 3. So therefore, this will be a function. So function for number 3. Alright, last one, number 4. And then we proceed to mapping diagram. Alright, so number 4, domain and then range. Alright, so domain, that will be the x values. This one right here, the first number. So the smallest number is negative 2. We have 3, negative 2. So therefore, just only write one negative 2. So negative 2. And then the other one, we have positive 1. For the range, we have second number, this one right here. So the smallest number is 0. So we have 0, and then 1, and then 3, and then 5. Now question, is this a function or not a function? That's correct. This will not be a function because this x value, negative 2, corresponds to different outputs. Once again, same input, negative 2, and then corresponds to different outputs. There would be 5. We have positive 1 and then 0. So we have negative 2, 0. We have negative 2 and then 5. So this one right here, negative 2 and then 5. Alright, and then we have negative 2 and then positive 1. So one input corresponds to 3 different outputs. Therefore, this will not be a function. So not a function. Not a function with regards to example number 4. Alright, so let's proceed now to mapping diagram. Let's determine the domain and range with regards to mapping diagram. Alright, let's do that. Alright, now let's proceed to mapping diagram. Now we're going to determine whether each diagram is a function or not. Identify the domain and then the range. Now before we answer this one, class, is you need to remember this one. The oval where the arrow begin contains the domain inputs. The oval where the arrow end contains the range outputs. Therefore, class, it's not necessary, class, that the first oval will be the domain, the second oval will be the range. Once again, class, you will commit mistake, class. If you always think that the first oval will be the domain, the second oval will be the range, nope, you will commit mistake, class. You check the arrow, class. Check this one out, class. For example, number 1, the arrow begins here, right? And it ends here. Therefore, this will be the domain. This will be the range. Now, look at example number 2, class. The arrow begins, class, not here on the first oval. The arrow begins on the second oval. Therefore, this will be the domain. This will be the range because the arrow ends here. Once again, class, the arrow ends is what we call the range. The arrow begin is what we call the domain. Therefore, with regards to example number 2, The first oval is the range. The second oval will be the domain because the arrow begins here. Therefore, this will be the domain and this will be the range. Now, this will be the domain because the arrow begins here. This will be the range. Alright, let's do that for number 1. Now, question for number 1. Is this a function or not? Once again, the arrow begins here. Therefore, this will be the input. So, this will be the input, x value, and this will be the output. Alright, so the arrow begins here. This will be the input, x value. So this is x, and this will be y. This is x, this will be y. Now question class, is this a function or not? That's correct. This will not be a function because this input 6 corresponds to 2 different outputs. Or the quick and easy way, this input 6 has 2 arrows going to output 0 and then 7. So therefore, this will not be a function. So not a function for number 1, not a function. Alright, and therefore the domain, so domain, there will be the x value, so this one right here, 1, 3, and then 6. Alright, and then for the range, so we have 0, so we have 0, 4, and then 7. That's it, class. That's the answer, class, with regards to example number 1. So it will not be a function because this input 6 corresponds to 2 different outputs. Or we have 2 arrows going to this output, therefore, this will not be a function. Alright, so number 2, is this a function or not a function? That's correct. This will be a function. Once again, this will be the input. The arrow begins. This will be the input. The arrow ends. This will be the output. Alright, so therefore, this will be the domain. This will be the range. Remember that one, class, you will commit mistake. It's not mandatory, class, that the first oval will be the domain. The second oval will be the range. You check the arrow, class. The arrow begins, there will be the input. The arrow ends, there will be the output. So therefore, this will be the domain. This will be the range. So this is x and this will be y. Alright, so is this a function or not a function? That's correct. This will be a function because one input corresponds to exactly one output. One input corresponds to exactly one output. Only one arrow, class, with regards to the input. Alright, so therefore, this will be a function. So number 2 is a function. We don't have enough space, class. Number 2 is a function. Alright, and then the domain. So I'll just put it here. Domain. So we have the x values. Once again, class, this will be our domain. So we have 1, 5, 6, and then 8. And then for the range, so we have -1, we have +1, 2, and then 3. Alright, and then we're all set, class, with regards to mapping diagram. Easy as that, class. Let's have another example, class. Let's have 2 more examples for mapping diagram. Let's proceed now to example number 3 and then number 4. Alright, so let's proceed now to example number 3 and then number 4. Alright, so once again, check the arrows. So the arrow begins here. So this will be the domain. So this will be x. And then the arrow ends here. So this will be y. So this will be the domain. This will be the range. This is the input. This will be the output. Now question, class, is this a function or not a function? That's correct. With regards to example number 3, this will be a function. Once again, class, with regards to example number 3, this will be a function. Now, why is that, sir? Because this input, class, has only one arrow. Once again, class, the input has only one arrow going to the output. Only one arrow, only one arrow, only one arrow, only one arrow, only one arrow. Once again, class, the input x value has only one arrow going to this output. So only one arrow, only one arrow, only one arrow, only one arrow, only one arrow. Therefore, this will be a function. Alright, so the domain. Alright, once again, class, the domain, the arrow begins, this one right here. So we have -1, we have +1, we have 2, 3, and then 4. For the range, so we have this one right here, -2, +5, and then 6. That's it, class. Easy as that, class. Alright, so let's have example number 4. Is this a function or not a function? Once again, the arrow begins, this will be the domain, this will be the range. Once again, class, the arrow begins, this will be the domain, so this is x. The arrow ends, this will be y. This will be the range. Alright, now question, is this a function or not a function? That's correct. This will not be a function because the input has 2 or more arrows. We have 2 arrows. For this 3, we have 2 arrows. For 4, we have 2 arrows. Once again, class. For number 3, input 3, we have 2 arrows. Corresponds to 2 different outputs. There will be 1 and then 4. Once again, class, check this one out, class. Number 4 is very different for number 3. because this input has only one arrow, right? Input has only one arrow, but in number 4, the input 3 has 2 arrows. This one right here and then this one right here. Input 4 has 2 arrows. So therefore, this will not be a function. So not a function. Alright, not a function for number 4. And then the domain. Alright, so domain. We don't have enough space, guys. Let me just write it here. Domain. Once again, domain, there will be the x values. We have 2, 3, and then 4. For the range, so we have 0, 1, 4, 5, and then 6. That's it, class. We're all set with regards to mapping diagram. So let's proceed now to the table of values. Alright, so let's proceed now to our last activity, class. That will be the table of values. So determine whether each relation is a function or not. Identify the domain and then the range. Alright, so let's do that. So we have this given table. So we have the input and then we have the output. Once again, class, the input, that will be the x value. The output, that will be the y value. Alright, now question, class, is this a function or not a function? That's correct. With regards to example number 1, this will be a function. Why is that, sir? Because the input, class, is not repeating, corresponds to exactly one output. So once again, class, check the x value. As you can see, class, the x value is not repeating. So we have 1, 4, 6, 7, 10, 11 different numbers. The input, class, is not repeating. Therefore, class, automatic, this will be a function. Once again, class, with regards to example number 1, the input corresponds to exactly one output. Therefore, class, this will be a function. Alright, so number 1, this will be a function. Alright, so therefore, the domain. So domain. So we have positive 1. Once again, class, the domain, this will be the x values, the input. So we have positive 1, positive 4, positive 6, positive 7, positive 10, and then 11. Alright, and then for the range, so we have positive 3, positive 9, positive 13, positive 15. Now, we do have 2 positive 15. Simply write down 115. Once again, class, you have 2 positive 15. Simply write down 115. That will be the same, class. So 115 and then 116. Alright, so this will be the answer, class, with regards to example number 1. How about number 2? So we have given x value. So we have negative 1. So this will be the input. This will be the output. Alright, so x value negative 1, 0, negative 1, 2, 4, and then positive 5. And then for the y value, we have negative 3, negative 2, positive 1, 5, 6, and then 7. Now question, class, for number 2. Is this a function or not a function? That's correct. This will not be a function because this negative 1 corresponds to 2 different outputs. There will be negative 3 and then positive 1. Once again, class, this input negative 1 is repeating. Corresponds to 2 different outputs. There will be negative 3 and then positive 1. Therefore, class, for number 2, this will not be a function because this negative 1 is repeating and then corresponds to 2 different outputs. There will be negative 3 and then positive 1. So this will not be a function, not a function. Alright, and then the domain. So let me just write it here. We don't have enough space. So the domain. So we have negative 1. So once again, class, negative 1 is repeating. Simply write down negative 1. Only one negative 1, class. Once again, class, you have 2 negative 1. So therefore, simply write down 1. Alright, so negative 1. And then we have 0, positive 2, positive 4, and then 5. For the range, so we have negative 3, negative 2, positive 1, 5, 6, and then 7. That's it, class. We're all set. Very easy, right? For the table of values. All set, class. Alright, so once again, class, if you have some questions with regards to set of ordered pairs, mapping, and then table of values, feel free to leave a comment, class, on the comment section down below. So once again, class, for the equation, this will be the next part of the video. This will be quite complicated, class. We need to explain this one, class, step by step. Alright, now how about you try this one, class, your activity? You try this one, class, and then you put your answer in the comment section down below. Let me check, class, if you really understand our topic. So identify the domain and range. Tell whether the given, it is a function or not. So example number 1, this will be the given set of ordered pairs. Number 2, this will be mapping. And then for number 3, this will be the table of values. Alright, so you try this one, class, and then you put your answer in the comment section down below. Once again, class, I hope you learned something new today. If you like this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. You share it to your friends and to your classmates so that we can help more students. Once again, this is Teacher MJ. Have a great day, class. Goodbye for now. Bye-bye.